What month is this? Is it September? Welcome back, everybody, for a very long overdue return of the Whiskey Gingers podcast. In case you've forgotten, I'm Brandon. That's Chris. And I was doing a little snooping the other day when we had kind of started planning on getting back to doing this. It didn't feel like as long of a break as it's been.
It's been a really long break.
Yeah. I felt like in my head, like, yeah, we missed a couple, but we'll get back to it. And then I looked. That's like September?
Well, I think it's really easy for weeks to turn into months when you're doing something and you're busy with life. And the big moral of the story here is we were busy with life.
one probably more so than the other for sure. So I'll let you kind of talk through where we've been for the past couple months, why the pod's changed just a little bit, and maybe now why we're able to be a little bit more consistent about it.
Yep.
In the last few months.
So I think that there's a decent dead giveaway. We're at my place, which wasn't super uncommon, but just to be filming in the kitchen is a little bit different for us. But my wife and I just recently had a baby in October. So September was kind of the last time that we were planning these. And after that, it kind of went into full-on dad baby mode.
Yeah.
So I've been busy changing diapers and waking up at night and doing the whole grind, and then easing back into work, and I'm really throwing myself back into work and doing what I need to do in order to keep things moving. And then you got life events going on too. So I think we've just been busy. Yeah,
in the time since we last did a show, Chris added a new member of the family. I started a whole new job in a whole new field, and it was a lot of new, and we kept having these things where it would be like we knew we needed to do it, so let's try to get a pod going, and then for one reason or another, it'd be like, hey, look, man, work kicked my ass, I don't know what I'm doing, like I just gotta shut my brain off. And then another time it would be like, hey, I'm needed at home too badly to go do the pod, so it just kind of kept getting put off. But a few months have passed, routines have been settled into. It won't be like what it was for a little while, but we shouldn't have any more multi-month gaps. I don't think. So we should be able to be a little bit more consistent than we have been lately. For that, I apologize.
That's the game plan. I mean, it's been really amazing to see. I feel like our largest presence these days is on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And I've got to give a big shout out to all of our followers on Instagram because people have continued to follow us and engage with us. And, even if it's in small ways, but it definitely, for me personally, was making me really want to come back. Yeah. Not that we didn't have an intention to come back and do this, but it was really a big catalyst for me saying, all right, it's time to, dip our feet back in the water because we're missed and we need to make sure that we put content out there.
And I'm glad you really felt that way because, for those who don't, probably you wouldn't know behind the scenes, Chris handles our Instagram 99%. I handle our Twitter about the same way. It's kind of the split. So there would be times where he'd be like, hey, dude, we're still being a follower. I think people want us back. Like, we could do this. And don't get me wrong, I've always wanted to be back. I mean, it's just life got in the way a little bit. But the experience he had on Instagram, folks who follow us on Twitter, catch up. Like, we had this great idea, and it's Chris's idea. Like, hey, we should do a tour of your liquor cabinet, see what people are interested in. What should we maybe review? What do they want to know why you bought it? Stuff like that. So put out a nice slow-mo video walking you guys through my my liquor cabinet to absolute crickets.
Brandon got the cold shoulder.
Yeah. So Chris is over here on Instagram feeling the love, like, oh, people need us. And I'm wondering if you guys care if I left the podcast at all.
Well, we're back. We're going to start making content as per usual. Brandon's glass is getting awfully watery with his ice. So I'm going to introduce us to our whiskey. I want to get something because this is our first week getting back into it. It's been a while since I've been to our local liquor store or my local liquor store. And they've had historically a good selection there. I'm like really surprised.
Better than most TA state stores.
I'm really surprised what they come up with. So this was a cool one that I just saw. Really awesome marketing, really awesome bottle. It is called Frey Ranch. So I'll give you guys a little look at that. It's a straight bourbon whiskey.
Hit them with the show them the cap.
The cap is awesome.
Cap is pretty sick. It's like a brand.
Yeah, it looks like a brand. It's really neat. Yeah. So it looks like a really neat whiskey. It's from Nevada. That is where it is. Fallon, Nevada, I guess is the town. I'm not really familiar with many Nevada towns, so I couldn't really say that.
Nevada for whiskey. It's the South.
The quick hit marks on this is it's 90 proof, 45%. This is batch number 15, so I'm assuming that this would be considered kind of like a smaller batch type deal.
Yeah.
It depends on how much they put in each batch is really the kicker. I mean, batch number 15 sounds great, but if they're doing like 10,000 units per batch, that's not
so special.
As impressive. They did not put what number bottle it was, just the batch.
Yeah.
So that's something to keep in mind. Yep.
Yeah.
So it says grown, distilled, matured, and bottled by Frey Ranch in Fallon, Nevada. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's an all-Americans. Because sometimes we see a lot of those where it's distilled here, bottled here, shipped here, based here. This one's nice that it seems to be all in the same town.
This is always cool. I like seeing this. So it's a 4-grain mash, and it's all harvested on the Frey Ranch. So that's pretty cool. So like,
it's a homegrown.
This is a homegrown whiskey from this farm. Basically, you could consider it farm to table.
In a sense, yeah.
On this one,
farm to rocks glass.
So it's 66% or 66.6% yellow dent corn, 10% winter wheat, 11.4 winter rye, and 12% 2-row barley, and that's malted on site. So again, farm to table.
It doesn't leave the property.
It doesn't leave the property until it's in this bottle. It seems like.
Okay, I dig it. That's one of the very few we've had that way.
Yep, farmed and distilled by Colby Frey. So Colby, cheers to you on this one. So I'm gonna crack this sucker open so that way we can dig into it. If I can even see where the thing is on this. There's one of those plastic things on there. There we go.
The first cork pop in many a month.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm gonna remove this little thing, but there's something
We're gonna get back
on there. Yep.
Whoa,
that was tight. Like I actually had to exert some effort on that.
And we're back with a pop.
Smells good.
It looks like deep. Yeah, even it's not. I don't know how well it's gonna come across on camera, but I mean, I take mine on the rocks, and generally mine gets pretty translucent. This is still very dark.
So it looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, this one definitely has that more caramel kind of look to it. So I'm curious to try it out. Cheers. So the question is it good because we haven't had this experience in a while? Or is it good just because it's good?
Yeah, you're right. I do think I was more critical when we were doing this monthly. Objectively speaking, I do enjoy it. But you're right, because now I'm thinking, well, is it blowing me away, or have I just not, have I not just had a whiskey like this in a while?
I think it's a perfectly reasonable bourbon. I really do. I think that, it's got a little bit of a spice kick on the back end of it, which is like kind of what I'm expecting. And it's got the right amount of warmth to it. Like, some of those whiskey, like some of the bourbons that you and I don't really like are that like super heavy warmth right in the front. This doesn't have that. It's kind of like a gentle lull you to sleep kind of warmth.
Yeah, this has got the kind of burn that even I like. I'm generally a more mild whiskey kind of guy. But the reason I have issues with some, like scotches and ryes and things is that burn happens like here. Like it goes down hot.
Yeah, no.
This one, it's probably a whiskey you would love or hate depending on how you like your flavor profile. Because this, everything hits in when it's in your mouth.
Sure.
Like it hits all up front and then it goes down almost not watery in a bad way, but easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You don't have that afterburn or that heat that you talked about.
No, I like it. I think it's actually really good. I'm curious to see if they did like, how sometimes they put the flavor profiles in there.
Okay.
On there. I'm not sure that they did on this one, but it has a lot of that, like, I feel like some of the, in a weird way, and this is maybe something that you may not like, I almost feel like some of that rye flavor that's in there, if their rye, is coming through a little bit for me.
Yeah, it has the
personally
flavor, but it doesn't have the punch.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Yeah,
I actually I like it. That's not bad at all.
It's an easy drinking whiskey.
Absolutely. Would you care to try and put a price tag on it?
Sure.
What you think it might be?
Well, I have an idea,
and
I know what it's not.
Okay.
I know this bottle is less than $60.
That's true.
And I know it's over $25.
That is also true.
Because of the way it had to be purchased.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this was a $45 bottle.
That was really close. I think it was like 47 or something like that.
Take it. Yeah.
So not bad at all. I think for that price, I'm totally okay.
I think it's a really good whiskey.
I'm totally okay with it for that.
Knowing that you had to buy this cash and you complaining about the amount of cash the number that you don't carry generally in cash. I believe the conversation was, I don't always have $50 cash. So
I kind of gave it away a little bit.
Yeah, I knew we were under 60.
So.
And I knew it wouldn't be a problem because if you do carry cash, 25 feels like a pretty common number to have on you.
Correct.
So we had a range there at least.
That is totally true.
I would 100% buy this for that.
I think so.
Absolutely.
I think that it's totally reasonable. I don't know if I'd spend like $70 on this, which, to be honest with you, there's very few whiskeys I would spend $70 on.
This is a great sub 50 bottle.
I agree. So they also included on this bottle in the store a nice little tag here, and on the tag it says our signature cocktail, and it's called the Ranch Hands. I guess this is kind of their signature drink that they recommend that you pair with this. And it's so it's a Gold Rush is like a type of mixed drink like cocktail. So this is their version of the Gold Rush. Build all ingredients and shake with ice. Strain into chilled rocks glass. Garnish with fresh lemon peel. I don't have the stuff to make this, so we're not making it right now.
No, we got caught off guard by the cocktail.
Yep.
But what is it?
So it is 2 ounces of the Frey Ranch bourbon.
Okay.
Awesome staple. Can't do without it.
Nope.
And then it's 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lemon juice. 3/4 an ounce of honey syrup or honey to warm water, a 1-to-1 honey to warm water ratio. That's how you make honey syrup. I didn't know that it was like something different. I thought maybe you just use honey.
Yeah, that's tricky.
So it's 1-to-1 honey to warm water ratio. So it's basically dialed back.
Watered down
honey. Yeah. And then you have bitters is in there too. I actually almost have enough to do that. If I had lemon juice, we could probably make that.
I kind of dig it.
But I don't have lemon juice. I bet you that is delicious.
It's like a summery old-fashioned kind of.
Yeah, that would probably be really good.
Yeah. That's what's interesting is, I mean, the tricky part is the honey because I happen to be in the market for a signature drink.
That might be pretty good.
And I like
and it would be a good time of the year, too, like to do something like that.
The hard-ish part would be knowing, and that's, they would substitute the honey for simple syrup. They just would.
And they probably wouldn't use Frey Ranch whiskey as your whiskey unless you.
I can buy what I want.
Yeah.
But they'd probably use. I was just there. They had Jim Beam, which we all know my feelings. What the hell was the other one? The other one was shit. It was Jim Beam. Everybody had Jack.
Yeah. Did they have something like a little more classy than the two of this?
Yeah, it was something. Father or dad, something like that. Shit, I don't remember.
Was it Dad's Hat?
Maybe.
That's like a local bourbon.
That wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it's a local menu.
Yeah, that could be it.
All right, keep going. I'm gonna look up
Dad's Hat.
I'll have to look up my contract, which I do have pretty easily accessible, actually.
It's very upfront.
Yeah.
There's also a note on the back of here that this is a vine pair. That must be an award thing. It's the Spirits Brand of the Year, 2023 winner.
Okay.
What's funny about those, though, that I've learned recently in my field of work is that we've been invited to apply for a bunch of these like best of, whatever awards. And you have to pay to get recognized. But basically, once you pay, like you're a shoo-in to get it, essentially.
Yeah.
It is the reality of it. So that's kind of funny. Like, how does that make you feel that like you would want to just get basically pay to win for something like that?
So, one of my favorite days when I was working for the radio station was the Best of Delaware convention. It was that. Everybody, best of the best, and everybody had samples. The wedding band Jelly Roll played, which is great, not the country singer.
Wait, what?
Jelly Roll's a very famous Philly band. But then I found out that
not as famous as Jelly Roll.
No, but to enter, it was, to enter your business was a couple $100, and then to attend was, I think, like $8,000 to have a table. It's a record.
That's wild.
Yeah, like it was insane. So I'm still somebody who I do lean on that stuff. Like if I'm looking for a place to go out to eat or whatever, I'll look at who won, knowing full well that part of it, you're right, is pay to play.
And I feel like nowadays companies can pay for reviews so easily. Like that's such an open market right now that companies are out there doing that. And not only can they like pay for reviews, but now reviews are probably just like AI generated.
If you look on Amazon, sometimes you can absolutely tell.
It takes all the human aspect right out of it. I will say though, sometimes if you need to write like a very professionally worded email or something, AI really does hit the mark there. Like I know what I want to say,
but how do I say it?
But how do I say it that doesn't make me look like I have an 8th grade education?
Yeah. It has its moments for sure, but you're right. The reviews, like on Amazon, sometimes I'll be able to tell. Like I'll be looking to buy a jacket or something, and it'll say like, my son hadn't talked to me in 7 years, but this jacket really fixed the relationship and reconciled all of our past differences and the way therapy could. I'm like, okay, for sure, whatever.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
Yeah.
A jacket changed your life.
Yeah. So yeah, the reviews are.
I don't think I've ever bought anything and felt that adamant about it.
No, I mean I love my dad, but I don't think a consumer product can bring me closer to him.
We haven't talked in 15 years, and then the cotton from this jacket really mended our relationship.
Look, Dad, I know we've been estranged, but I got these new cargo pants, and I'm ready to change.
Yep. If you're ready to change, I'm ready to change into these pants.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I just don't believe that to be true. And then now you have stuff where, which I guess can be good or bad. Like people are really weaponizing reviews.
Sure.
If there's a place you don't like for whatever non-food or business-related reason, you can just create a bunch of accounts and start hitting them with 1 stars and then drive the rating down, or vice versa. Like you can really buoy somebody with 5 stars. They didn't do a good job.
Yeah, it gets really complicated. I feel like in order to get it right, you kind of need to look for reviews, like look for companies that have the most reviews, because it kind of filters out some of the BS at that point then.
The odds a little bit.
Correct. It's like there's going to be a ton of fake AI paid reviews in here, and there's going to be a ton of like, I bought this toaster from whatever and it's crap, and it's like, sir, this is an auto parts store.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like there's going to be some of that in there. So if you have 5,000 reviews, you're going to get to like the nitty gritty of the actual reviews in there, rather than if you see like a thing that has 10 reviews on it.
Yeah.
I don't really trust that, especially when I'm looking on like Amazon and stuff. I won't buy stuff that has like 10 reviews. I don't trust that.
So while we're talking customer service, this is interesting. This popped up on one of my Delaware pages that I'm a member of, and so there's a neighborhood there. Everybody, we got hammered here on the East Coast with snow. I mean, on the low end, like 10 inches, on the high end, like a foot and a half. And so all these neighbors dug out their spots on the street, public street. This HVAC company doing work on the street, parked in one of the cleared spots. Neighbor loses his shit, takes it to Facebook, takes a picture of the van. How could you? I was out here shoveling this spot. If you had come out and helped, and maybe let you park your van there. But otherwise, and I'm scrolling through the comments, and everybody's siding with the homeowner. This is so rude. That's insane. You owe him compensation, like all these other things. And I'm like, am I the only one that's like this that thinks this is a public street?
Yeah.
And you don't own that spot? So I'm curious, because somebody who has to park vans in cities all the time and wedge in the park, where do you stand? Are you with the neighbors? Or are you with the HVAC company?
It's funny that you should happen to mention this, Brandon, because
that's just come up recently.
Well, so as you had mentioned, we just got a snowstorm in our area, and we shut down the company last Monday because it was atrocious. We couldn't get anywhere. Couldn't do anything.
Philly's still a mess.
On Wednesday, 2 days later, when the world started reopening up, I was in Center City, Philadelphia.
Yeah, but they have nowhere to put the snow.
No. So every single street was a combination of every car on the block being plowed in with a 3-foot wall of ice, essentially, blocking them in. So I don't know where people are going or how people are getting anywhere. I mean, I know most people don't use their car in the city anyway, but those cars are not moving.
No.
And then any available spot that's in the city was covered, the entrance to it, in 3 feet of ice and snow. I had a Sprinter van to park in the city. Not known for their nimbleness, let's say, and their ability to fit in spots. So finding a spot in Philly is not easy on a normal basis.
Have you seen this? I'll flip it around for the camera.
Yeah, that's amazing. You want to see? I actually have a real life example of.
This is what Chris is talking about, how bad things are in the city right now. This guy's been getting splashed on from an overpass.
So this is where every street that I was trying to park on looked like this.
Yeah, it's a disaster.
And this is like not going to translate well to the camera, but like every single car was completely plowed in. So what I wound up having to do essentially is hand carry 30 trips worth of material and tools 2 blocks down, and then get stuck 3 times trying to park in a parking spot, and go from there. So it was pretty tough, to say the least.
Thanks, Lola. It's nice to be back.
We are so back.
Yeah, dude. I've been seeing some like pretty creative ways that states are getting rid of their snow. Some people are burning it. Delaware is putting it in, like Wilmington's putting it in dump trucks and dumping it in like.
That's what they do in like Canada and stuff.
Yeah.
They have like a big, basically an auger like you have on a snowblower that like dumps snow out the top when it scoops it up, and they dump it right in the trucks, and then the dump trucks drive away and dump it somewhere else. You almost have to, but like also in a Philly environment like that or any city, how close can you really get to the car before it's a problem? You know, like.
No, it's bad.
I saw more mailboxes taken out this time than like most previous years.
Well, yeah,
Excuse me.
I mean, those guys. My uncle is a plow truck driver, and I mean they're going on like 15, 16 hours straight through, just white knuckling it.
Oh, I have a lot of respect for those people. You know, it's tough, and like naturally, like you hate to hate, but it does suck in the moment. Like I was out there for like 5-6 hours. You want any of this?
Yeah, sure.
I was out there for like 5-6 hours trying to get just the front of my driveway and like where we park the cars sorted out. And naturally, as I'm finishing up like the drive in the front, the plows come through and dump a bunch of ice and snow and slush in my drive again. And then they keep doing that over again. I'm like, come on, you got to stop this. And then we had that freezing rain for like a couple hours overnight. Yep. And that piled up, and then they shoved that all over my sidewalk and everything else. So I had to handle that as soon as I woke up on Monday morning. So I was like, this is crazy. I just spent like 5 hours on Sunday doing it, and then another 2 hours on Monday. My car was just like a sheet of ice. It was horrible.
This was the worst storm. I believe it's the worst storm in the area since 2016. So it's worse in just about a decade. And, I have a real little front wall, so I don't have a snowblower. But I figured I'd try to make a couple bucks, get out there, shovel some other people's driveways out. And I haven't done that since I was probably, 17.
Yeah.
The inflation that's hit the snow clearing game is outrageous.
You probably were like a bargain if you were charging people like your old prices and stuff. It's like, hey, can I shovel your drive for $20?
Yeah.
And they're like $20. They're like, are you feeling okay? You running a fever? You want me to give you 60?
Yeah. No, I had a guy, I had to do his front walk, sidewalk, and then back driveway.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know, like that's $50 now, which to me, knowing what I used to charge, I'm like, that's high. He might say no.
Yeah.
And at the end of the job, he was like, dude, I'm going to pay you $100, and you really need to rethink your pricing. I appreciate the honesty.
When they're telling you that you need to rethink it, you've done something wrong here.
But these kids are out getting $100 a house.
Yeah, my neighbor was the real MVP. He's an awesome gentleman.
Nice.
He walks around. Everything he does around his property is with a cigar in mouth, which is hysterical. Like literally everything he does.
Yeah. You operating gas machinery, cigar.
Yeah. So he winds up coming down. He's got this big ass snowblower. So like our snowblower.
Hey everybody.
Hey.
Our silent producer walking by.
Silent producers.
With our mini silent producer. So he's like comes out with this giant. It looks like a snow plow that you would have like in a parking lot, like you're a company, a contracted company, and you need a snowblower that's going to do like a complex, not necessarily your driveway.
No.
He pulls this thing out. It's big enough that it does the whole sidewalk in one pass.
Nice.
Like the width of this thing.
Yeah.
So it's a monster. So he comes out on Monday morning. I had already spent so much time on Sunday dealing with this. So he's like coming down and he's going to do the whole block basically. He just keeps walking behind this thing. And it's such a monster. I'm like, oh man, this is so awesome. This guy's a legend.
Yeah.
So because there was so much snow, he was like missing a little patch of it. So I was like, all right, I'll just follow behind him and kind of do like the little bit that he's missing. And like, he got all the way down to the end and started coming back before I even made it halfway to him with my little rinky dink, thing. Like, I love it. It's a great snowblower, but like in comparison to what this guy has, it doesn't even hold a candle to it. It's insane.
No, it was one of those things. I want to go get a snowblower because one, it'd be easier for me. Two, there's money to be made. It looks like, but I just know that I'm going to go out in this off season and buy one,
And then it's never going to snow.
For for the next 10 years. So
People say it all the time, but like we were due for snow.
you really were.
We've had mild winters the last like probably 4 or 5 winters.
Yeah, we've had a lot of like Indian summers where you get a week in the 50s, a lot of rain. Like we were way overdue for something like that.
And not only did we get slammed with snow, but it was like -degree temperatures all last week into this week. Like today was the first day below freezing in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, for Philly it was 9 straight days under 32, and we were way
under. I would wake up for work frequently, and the temperature, not the wind chill, the temperature would be like -4.
Oh yeah, before the wind starts. Yeah, we had now that Chris and I are both in similar industries. At least he's still out in the field way more than I am. But, nobody went out Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then I think Wednesday we had guys out, but both of them called like midday. Like, hey,
this is miserable.
Yeah. They're like, hey, I hope you're cool. Like, I'm going to go sit in the customer's house for an hour. Like, this is getting dangerous. It was bad. Well, I mean, you're working with your hands. And you guys are hopefully a little bit better inside doing closets, but these guys are putting in like doors. And I felt for him. I'm out there for an hour to a day, just kind of overseeing stuff. Then I get to go back to my truck and say, "See you later."
We had on Tuesday we started a big job, and the driveway wasn't plowed yet.
Ooh.
So when they showed up, it was just like this giant thing of snow. So the homeowner was like there, like shoveling by the garage and stuff, enough to get us in. I got there, and our guys were like immediately slipping and falling all over the place. So I started like laying cardboard down and stuff, like pretty much anything I could do. And then they're like, "Yeah, the plow truck's on its way to plow the driveway." And I'm like, "Well, a little late now. We're already here." So thankfully they did a good job. They plowed. But at that point, you had a couple cars driving in and on it, there was no plowing that down to the road at that point. Then like once you drive a car on it, you seal the deal. You know what I mean? It's just an ice patch underneath there. So it came with its complications, but now it seems like things are starting to melt, and hopefully it won't freeze again and cause a bunch more complications, but that'll happen.
For sure. I mean, Sunday was cool to see. Like, I haven't seen snow come that hard in a long time. So it was cool while it was happening. Monday, I mean, it sounded like you were off. I was off work. Snow day, even kind of as adults.
Yeah.
I was outside shoveling, like still working, but not in an office. And then, God, I think it was probably around Wednesday or Thursday. I was like, okay, this can go now.
Yeah. Well, usually in a normal snowstorm up in here in the Northeast, it would have gone. Like usually we get snow, and then like 3-4 days later, it's gone.
Yeah.
But this is going to be here for a while, I feel like. And not only that, like it's still February 3rd.
Yeah.
It's very likely we get snow here. It's very likely we get snow here until even into March.
Yeah, easily.
I mean, that's very, very, very good chance we're going to see more snow.
I think there's one more big one left.
You think that's what you're thinking? That's a possibility.
Yeah.
I could see. I almost like when they get one big storm and then it kind of like dies out. Yeah. Rather than a bunch of like couple inches here, couple inches there, because that just gets inconvenient. Really, it's like not fun. It's like I wake up, I got to take 3 inches of snow off my car. Not the end of the world, but like enough that I have to do more work than I would have if it didn't snow, and not enough that they like shut stuff down where it's actually convenient for you to clear your car off and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I live on a main street, right? So like I need to shovel the driveway and the sidewalk before. People complain essentially.
Yeah, I hear it. So
or fall in front of my house.
You bring up a good point to end this with, because you're a homeowner, but we're both kind of in suburban settings, and I'm responsible for my own landscaping and stuff. As like a guy code, like man code kind of thing. If you're like, let's say you have a neighbor your neighbor who's really nice with the big snow blower and like comes over.
I already know where you're going with this, but go ahead.
If you're like, let's say you're sitting in there watching TV and you see him out the front window approaching or starting on your property, you have to drop whatever you're doing.
My snow boots are on when I hear the motor kick on. You know what I mean?
It's got to be like the firefighters that leave their pants over their boots. Like you need to be out there within a 5-minute span of hearing that snow blower kick on.
Well, he's so. I joke about this guy. He's like so quiet. He'll do like I won't hear him at all, and then all of a sudden I'll hear the lawnmower kick on next door, and by the time like his lawn is cut, he just disappears. He's got like I don't know where he went. He's gone. He cuts the lawn in like half an hour, and then I never see him again.
thing.
Like, whoa, what is going on here? But like naturally, if I see them out there cutting the lawn, I'm cutting the lawn that day.
Oh, you have to. Yeah. Yeah. No, we had that. I'm that person on our street because the guy to our left, we gotta have like a symbiotic relationship. Like, there's stuff that he knows I'm just gonna handle for him, and in exchange, I get to ask for favors coming back.
Sure.
But there's someone else on my right who we can't get on a schedule. So like one snowstorm, he just did it for. I didn't even know. So then I was like, all right, well the next one I gotta be up like 8 a.m. to clear his off. So I did, and then it was this snowstorm. So
Yeah.
like, okay, now we're back to square.
Sure.
Then the heavy snow came again, and I was out or in the back of my house or something.
He did it again. Oh no.
Like, we're gonna talk about this because I feel like less of a man. Like I can't have you doing my property. I just can't.
Yep.
That's
hysterical.
Yeah, I know he's trying to be nice, and I try to be nice going back to him, but it makes me feel so bad. Oh my god, the suburban guy.
It's an unspoken guy code.
Yeah, if your neighbor's doing something to the house, you need to be out there within minutes doing something to your house.
Oh my gosh. Well, as a less unspoken code, we're gonna wrap up here for the day. It's been really fun getting back to this, and we're gonna do our best to keep going. And like Brandon said, there might be some differences in our schedule just because life events now are going to be a little bit different. But we will not leave you guys hanging for
there'll be
3 months.
Yeah, there'll be some virtuals from time to time, probably more than you're used to. There might be some times where Jeff and or Ryan step in for Chris. Might be times that we're all on, but I will pledge to you, our loyal listener, that we will be at least monthly.
Correct.
Can't promise much more than that, but at least monthly.
Keep an eye out for some shorts and stuff too, because there's a chance that could be helpful for us to fill in some stuff here and there when Brandon and I can't necessarily get together. So
that's if you fuckers interact with them.
Yeah.
Don't leave me high and dry.
Let's get our Twitter, our Twitter audience needs a little bit of a kick in the butt.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there.
But I'll keep trying. We'll keep getting the pod out to you guys. But until next week, month, year.
No.
I'm Brandon. That's Chris. See you later. Cool.
And there.